You go, bro? I bet. Parenting. It's not an easy job, and a lot of the times it's thankless. You could do your absolute best to raise your child in the safest environment possible, but one wrong encounter at school could instantly turn them into one of them YNs. It's probably one of the hardest jobs out there, right underneath reaction streamers, but above 9-to-5 workers. So to all the parents out there, thank you. You're appreciated. But with that being said, not everyone deserves to have kids. There are plenty of terrible parents out there, and on TikTok, those so-called parents are proud enough to show the entire world just how bad they are at their job.
We have 52 days until I pull my child out of public school and start unschooling him.
So we don't teach our children anything.
Things our homeschooled 6-year-old will not be learning in first grade. 1. How to raise his hand to speak.
The first thing every child needs is a roof over their head. And luckily for us, there isn't anyone dumb enough to show themselves bragging about their kids being homeless.
Living in our RV, and we've been traveling the country for the past 2 years. In the back of the camper is where the kids sleep.
That's the bare minimum though. These parents are just one level above that. This is a 1-bedroom apartment, and to most people, it would be a decent size, but there's 8 people living in it.
As you can read in the caption above, we're a family of 6 going on 7 living in a 1-bedroom apartment.
Guys, look, I have nothing against poor people. I actually love them. One of my friends is poor. Bro, please. When you said I could stay at your place, I thought you meant inside the house. I'm freezing out here. Oh my God, you're one ungrateful piece of fucking shit, aren't you? I offer you a helping hand and this is how you repay me? And matter of fact, pack your bags and get out! We don't hang out very often because it smells like a kind of rotten shit. But I am friends with one of their kind, so I'm entitled to have an opinion on this. When these two first met, they were already single parents. She had 2 daughters and he had a son. Now, a 1-bedroom apartment isn't optimal if you have 3 kids, but it can work. It'll be a bit cramped, but they should have enough space to live and grow into young adults. Well, that would be the case, but they decided to have 3 more kids and they're expecting another. They are well aware of the fact that they cannot afford a bigger place, but are still multiplying like rabbits. Like, what the fuck do you mean 6 kids going on 7? It should be 6 going on 5.5. Get one of those bums to start paying some bills or something. If you're old enough to walk, you're old enough to hold a pickaxe and get in them coal mines. These guys just aren't thinking optimally, so as punishment, I say we neuter them. Out in agreement, say aye. Again, there's nothing wrong with not being in the best place financially. I'm actively evading taxes as we speak. But why do you feel the need to keep spawning kids into that extremely finite space? Would it kill you to wear a condom? And if you can't afford that, a Ziploc bag and some rubber bands should get the job done. If you know, you know. And on all our souls, we've all done that before. If I'm lying, then God, kill every single one of us. We've all done that before. The craziest thing about this couple is they know exactly what they're doing. It was their plan to go viral from the very beginning. Not only have they been humping like dogs for the past 2 years, they've been doing it in hopes of making it big.
We finally did it, y'all. After 2 years, we got our first viral video. Woohoo!
You're probably sitting there wondering, how? Their videos are fucking ass! And no parent should be allowed to post themselves proudly neglecting their kids. But that's the answer. This is rage bait, and it's being done at an unprecedented scale. They knew that posting this idiotic shit would make them go viral due to hate comments.
In fact, we had both assumed that once a video went viral, it would be because of some hateful comments.
And that's exactly what they did. And matter of fact, they want everyone to keep the hate coming because to them, it'll just make them more famous.
Sadly, hate spreads a lot faster than love in this world. But if it's gonna spread our content, then go ahead and keep on hating.
Oh, I will. Do you see what's behind her in this video? I know you might mistake them for 2 pieces of flatbread, and I wouldn't blame you, but those are her kids' beds. 2 cut up bits of foam with no frame. They sleep on the floor. These kids are gonna be 8 going on 80. Their backs are cooked. Mind you, she has a king-size bed in her room with 2 TVs and a PS5. The kids have this. This is the same woman who brags about the lifestyle we're giving her.
And you are generous supporters. Thank you for maintaining our lifestyle.
Bro, what lifestyle? Poverty? Actually, let me walk that back. She's not broke. Her kids are. It's time for those little shits to get a job, because mommy's not worried about them. And daddy? Yeah, he's getting a massage. She don't care about you guys either. And why is the black kid the only one vacuuming? I'm noticing a pattern here. To prove I don't have an issue with you poor people who can't afford a $15 billion mega mansion like me, I went out of my wealthy way to find someone who's in a similar situation and is able to handle it a lot better. You see how her kids have a nice clean area with an actual bed? They won't have arthritis at the ripe old age of 10. There's plenty of storage to separate their belongings, and everything in the house has been organized so the kids have room to play. This is all very mindful, very demure. I'll give her one thing. At least those kids have semi-loving parents who would never intentionally hurt them. Because when it comes to these next parents, my God. This is about to get real dark, so let me get in my Sunny V2 bag. This woman's name is Isis, and she married a rapist. She uploaded a 14-minute video sharing her story on how her husband sexually assaulted her and both her daughters.
I asked her, I said, "Baby, did somebody touch you?" And she ended up saying it was Daddy.
They were only 2 and 4. She claimed she tried her absolute best to make sure the trauma she went through would never happen to her kids.
Because with my own trauma, I watched my kids like a hawk.
And when I first saw this video, I believed her. Her husband is a sick fuck and deserves the worst punishment imaginable. The most horrific and cruel medieval torture would still be too humane for him. On one hand, I'm extremely compelled to say that we should just straight up end his life, executioner style. But on the other hand, I think that would be too easy on him. I need him to live a long life so we can torture him with every conceivable method known to man. We're also gonna have a medical team on standby to ensure he doesn't die, because he is gonna spend every moment from this point forward in extremely agonizing pain until he draws his last breath. And if we could make him immortal, that would be even better, because all that suffering wouldn't even make up a fraction of what he put that family through. But now that poses the question, why are both the parents on this list if he's the sicko? That's because the mother plays a huge role in all of this happening to begin with. First and foremost, I want to say that I am not victim blaming. I could never fault someone for being taken advantage of and violated like this. I truly hope that she's able to recover from all the trauma she's went through. But when it comes to what happened to her kids, I'm putting 100% of the blame on her. Obviously, it's the husband's fault. He's the perpetrator. But she said that he essayed her 4 times at the beginning of their relationship. And what did she do? Nothing. Actually, worse than nothing. She tried to look past the fact that this man belongs in a maximum security prison.
I honestly thought that some of these were things that I could get past.
And then decided to have kids with him. This is the same man who took advantage of you, and you're gonna bring 2 little girls into this world and think he won't do the same? At this point, we already know his mind is beyond twisted, so why even take the chance? I know what I'm saying is a lot easier said than done. She's a stay-at-home mom and he makes all the money, so leaving him would be extremely difficult, especially considering the fact that she was already a mother of 2 before she even met him. But again, this could have all been avoided because she put herself in this terrible situation to begin with. Let me give you guys a bit of a backstory of her life before she married him. Off rip, she was bound to fail. She had her first child at 17 because she tried to trap her high school boyfriend.
I had my first child when I was 17 years old. I intentionally got pregnant with my boyfriend at the time.
Red flag number 1. She was still a minor, but her mentality was already beyond cooked. That shit was well done. Sorry. There was no saving her because she didn't want to be saved. Obviously, the relationship didn't work out, but now she's 24 and a single mother of 2. After being in a toxic relationship for 7 years, she gained the terrible trait of hating being alone. She was single for a whopping 1 year, 365 days, 525,960 minutes, 31,556,952 seconds. And to her, that was rock bottom.
It was sad. It was really sad. It was, I'd say, one of the lowest points in my life, and I realized that I don't want to do this on my own.
Red flag number 2. Instead of focusing on her career or fostering a deeper relationship with her kids, she decided to take advice from an alpha female. Yeah, those exist.
You're anxious and attached to men all the time. It's because you need 2 or 3 of them. Okay, a woman shouldn't accept any man that doesn't have legs.
Through her, she learned what a trophy wife is, and that became her new goal in life. So she hit the dating market. She downloaded eHarmony. I didn't know people actually used that app. And started looking for rich men who could take care of her and her kids. For extra context, a trophy wife is someone who reduces themselves to an object, becoming a status symbol for the husband. Which is completely fine, but you better do a thorough background check before you decide to put your life and most importantly, the life of your kids at the mercy of some man. And do you think she did that shit? Fuck no! Fuck no! She went on a date with the second person she matched with, and he asked her to be his girlfriend on that date. Luckily, she said no, but that's only because she was already talking to someone else. That relationship didn't work out though, because he didn't like her kids. But guess who absolutely adored them? Let's take another step back. She's only been on 1 date with this man, but he's already met and interacted with her kids. Now, does this sound like a very cautious and protective mother to you guys? Fuck no! She's letting everyone she she goes on dates with have contact with her kids. That is a recipe for disaster. Red flag number 3. The very next day after that relationship ended, he somehow knew and instantly hit her up, which prompted her to move in with him because she was already living with the other guy.
It was so embarrassing to admit, but I was like, I need a place to stay because my lease is ending and I just broke up with my boyfriend, and maybe even if it's just like for a couple weeks, you know, it's okay. Just so I look for, you know, somewhere else.
Red flag number infinity. This woman is clearly unfit to be a mother. Her kids are being dragged into every relationship she has because she moves in with every man she dates. Because getting a job and paying rent isn't something aspiring trophy wives do. If you want to be reckless with your life and put yourself in dangerous situations, feel free to do so. But when you have kids, you are obligated to put their well-being above your own. The last time she saw this man, he asked her to be his girlfriend. But now that she wants to move in, that offer is completely off the table. She now has to become his wife.
And he was saying, well, if you're going to live with me, it's going to be as my wife, not as my girlfriend.
And crazy as that sounds, she happily accepted. And they got married the very next week.
I'm going to go and get the wedding ring. We were talking about getting married like the next week.
This has to be one of the most idiotic and negligent forms of parenting I've ever seen. She's known that man for no more than 2 weeks and has decided to put the well-beings of her and her kids' lives in the hands of a stranger. What could possibly go wrong? I know hindsight is always 20/20, and I'm not trying to maliciously blame her for what happened to her or her kids, but she took absolutely zero precautions before deciding to marry this guy. Bad people exist. Yeah, it sucks and it shouldn't be that way, but they exist. So we have to do our absolute best to make sure we don't fall victim to them. If someone gets robbed, I'll feel bad. But if they tell me they left their front door wide open for the robber to come in, I'm gonna point and laugh. How could this happen to me? So talk to me. What happened here? Bro, please, I'm not in the mood, so cut the fucking accent. Sorry, what happened? They took it. They took everything. How? I went out to go grocery shopping this morning, and when I came back, it was This place does look mad spacious. You could low-key do something decent here if you redecorate it. Then they left a note saying they're coming back for the rest later. Like, what more do you want from me? Brother, the rest of what? They cleaned this bitch out. You think I'm joking? Look! There's no way you believe this. No one's gonna take your house. Damn, these guys are good. I told you, man. God damn it. I just moved here too. I thought this place was supposed to be safe. Safe? Brother, do you know where you are? Yeah, Gotham City. My relative told me this was a good place to raise a family. And if you don't mind me asking, who was this realtor? I don't know, man. It was some weird guy. I think he was French. His name was Jogard or something. Bro, is that Batman? Why are you laughing, nigga? Help me. He's never seen the house again. This nigga thought Gotham was safe. Oh shit, this nigga a walking leg. The real victim here are the kids, and that's why both the parents are on this list. Mommy's a dumbass and daddy's a rapist. I don't know how to transition from this. So here's my little brother showing off his new dance moves. The next thing every child needs is some food on the table, and this next mother definitely does that. She is one of the chefs of all time because the food she makes hovers in between the unique realm of is this edible or will it kill me? She runs a tight ship and only cooks up the best meal for each occasion. For breakfast, she makes some of the best water-boiled bacon, then wraps it around a pickle to add that finishing touch. But if you're more of an egg guy, she has that covered too. We have some exquisite ground beef wrapped eggs, some marvelous poached egg yolk, and if you want the whole egg, we can put that in a Ziploc bag and cook it right up for you. And because Christmas is right around the corner, we have our limited edition green eggs and ham. Don't ask what makes it green. And last but certainly not least, we have her breakfast special, the egg and raw chicken in a blender. How yummy! To keep things healthy, she likes to serve each breakfast with a side of fruit. So which would you prefer? The oven roasted watermelon, the bacon mustard ham wrapped banana topped with our to die for Hollandaise sauce, or the delicious pasta fruit salad covered in our homemade come in a can and mayonnaise? I know you're already prepared to order, but please be patient. There's more. Oh hell no! On the lunch menu, we have our canned ham and pineapple sandwich. Your dogs will love this one. We have the fresh fish tacos topped with the best quality cheddar cheese. Or you could try the hot dog casserole covered with chili and our finest fromage. We also have our fan favorite peanut butter and onion sandwich, which goes great when paired with the strawberry Pop-Tart ham sandwich and the Oreo Mountain Dew drink. For dinner, we have it all. You like seafood? Well, how about some snail in a can? Or you could try the air-fried octopus with our Walmart brand caviar. Italian? We got canned SpaghettiOs, and I think this is ramen lasagna with whatever meat this is, and some good old raw shrimp Alfredo pasta. Mexican? Try the canned beans and sausage casserole. If you like pork, we have canned pork brains and whatever the fuck this is. Is beef more your style? If so, how about some water-boiled burgers? Or some meatball cupcakes? And her specialty is chicken. She really knows how to fuck that shit up. We got unseasoned whole chicken, unseasoned chicken wings, mayo stuffed chicken breast, water-boiled chicken, and canned chicken stuffed peppers. I didn't even know canned chicken existed, but I guess you learn something new every day. All that chicken goes perfectly with our Lay's chips mashed potatoes. And for dessert, I recommend you try the grape juice pie or the Mountain Dew apple cobbler. These magnificent dishes is why she has over 2 million followers on TikTok. And if there's one thing about her son, it's that he'll eat her food every single time. His stomach must be made of vibranium, cause boy ain't no way, boy. Boy, ain't no fucking way. Imagine going to his house to watch a football game and his mom asks you to stay for dinner. Sweetie, is your friend okay? He's barely touched his chocolate-covered cock. Bro, what are you waiting for? This shit's delicious. Would you like me to feed you? No thanks, I'm good. Here comes the airplane. He truly is one of God's strongest soldiers, because if that was my mom, I don't think I'd be alive to make this video. The last thing every growing child needs is a good education, and on TikTok, that's the last thing you're gonna find. You've all heard of homeschooling, where children are educated by their parents at home. But might I introduce you to unschooling? It's like homeschooling, but they don't actually teach their kids anything.
Things our homeschooled 6-year-old will not be learning in first grade. 1. How to raise his hand to speak.
You see, the thing about being in a classroom with 30+ people is that if everyone spoke at the same time, answering the teacher's questions would be almost impossible. So the question of the day is, do you guys think it'll be possible to have sex with robots by the year 2025? Why not? It is entirely possible. Just thinking about it. Though. What? That's not very efficient, but she will be teaching her kid what matters most in life.
What our homeschooled 6-year-old is learning: philosophy, chess, science, gardening, math, entrepreneurship.
Ah yes, children learning about entrepreneurship and philosophy. That's exactly what they need. So, Timmy, what are your thoughts on climate change and how to prevent it? Goo goo gaga. Brilliant. Who let this child in here? Someone get this baby a change of clothes because you're hired. Where's your suit? Fuck your ABCs. Let's talk about the political and economic state of the world.
Mama, what grade am I in?
Well,
Xander told me that he was going into 2nd grade in the fall.
we don't really keep track of grades. We just kind of go at our own pace.
Xander said I'm going to be in 1st grade forever and have the social skills of a monkey.
And Xander is correct, you dumb fuck. Your mother is setting you up for failure, and so are all of these unschooling parents, which coincidentally all happen to be women, but that's not the point. They're unschooling their children because they think most of what kids learn in school is useless. And this mom is the face, the very ugly face, god damn, of that movement. She doesn't teach her kids anything.
So we don't teach our children anything.
Thank you, that's what I just said. She must have been unschooled too, because she clearly doesn't know how to listen. She only teaches her kids when they ask to be taught.
Everything that they learn is in response to either their interests or their questions.
Ah yes, kids. They're notoriously known for their burning desire to learn about math and English. Let's go, English class! You leaving it up to a child to decide when they want to learn about anything that relates to school is like me waiting to lose my virginity. It's never gonna happen. The only thing they want to know is how many Legos they can swallow without throwing up and how to fart without shitting themselves. And even if they learn, they will still do it just because they can. At this rate, that little fucker is gonna be stuck in grade 1 forever. He might graduate high school at 26. They're not teaching these kids. They just exist in the house while they're there. This girl's son is 6 years old, and look at how he writes.
This is his book. Look at this. Lamp. egg, jar, lion. This is him doing this by himself.
Oh, we can tell. The reason he was even interested in writing is probably because all he did was play Fortnite all day. Look at the words he wrote down. Lamp, egg, jar, lion. This kid must be cracked.
So it's true. My son cannot read at age 6. But here's the thing about my kid. He's free. He's always been free.
Yes, her son not being able to read may suck, but at least he's free, and that's what we've been fighting for this entire time, right, Aaron? Right?
I used to say that unschooling is a luxury because you need a lot of money or time to do it. But the truth is that you don't need any money to do it.
Yeah, because you just leave your kids at home and go to work. That's why they're gonna end up stupid and socially awkward. All jokes aside though, this is child neglect. I don't know how or why it's even legal. There's no way that anyone should be able to just pull their kids out of school and claim that they're gonna be the ones to educate them. This mom is willfully letting her kids' mental development be stunted. And to be honest, I think she should be arrested. But that's mostly because I think she's really ugly. And ugly people shouldn't have rights. On one hand, of course everybody should be able to have kids. But on the other hand, should everybody be able to have kids? Even the things she thinks she's teaching correctly are completely wrong.
I'm amazed. I'm amazed. Technique, baby. Technique. Good job.
That is not the correct cutting technique. You're supposed to curl your fingers so you don't end up slicing into them by accident. And don't even get me started with her other kid. She can't cut for shit. Get the fuck out of my kitchen and go back to playing Fortnite. I truly do feel bad for these kids. I made a joke earlier about one of them not being potty trained, but that shit is real.
A mom is convinced her almost 7-year-old unschooled son is a genius despite the child not being potty trained yet.
When all the unschooling kids finally leave those bot lobbies and enter the real world, they're gonna get one pumped by the first math equation they see, simply because their parents didn't want to send them to preschool. Alright, Timmy, it's time for your final exam. What does 1 + 1 equal? Oh my god! Congratulations! You graduated first grade! Yes! Let's fucking go! You can tie? Yeah, I'm 21. So why are you wearing a diaper? Hey! These are comfortable. And I can also shit wherever I want.